From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, February the 27th, 2019. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met today with Russian President Vladimir Putin at the Kremlin. Before leaving Israel for Moscow, Netanyahu said the meeting would focus on Iran's entrenchment in Syria. And Netanyahu told Putin today that Israel will continue to take action against Iran, which he said, together with its proxies, poses the greatest threat to stability and security in the region. This was the first meeting between the two leaders since an incident back in September, where Syrian air defenses accidentally shot down a Russian reconnaissance plane when they were aiming for an Israeli Air Force plane that was carrying out an airstrike on an Iranian position. Netanyahu said the direct link between Israel and Russia was a vital component in preventing risks and friction between the militaries and contributes to security and stability in the region. The U.S. peace team is continuing its tour of U.S.-allied Gulf Arab states this week in an effort to garner support for the long-awaited U.S. peace plan, in particular for its economic aspects. Senior White House advisor Jared Kushner, Special Representative for International Negotiations Jason Greenblatt, and U.S. Special Representative for Iran Brian Hook began meetings on Monday in the United Arab Emirates. They were then in Bahrain yesterday. Today they arrived in Turkey and met with President Recep Erdogan. A local paper in Argentina reported that investigators there are looking into whether an attack on a chief rabbi this week was motivated by anti-Semitism or by revenge. Ynet cites La Nación saying that investigators are looking at whether Rabbi Gabriel Davidovich was attacked Monday night over a ruling he made several years ago to annul a marriage. Ynet said the 60-year-old Davidovich, who is still recuperating, has no idea who is behind the assault. The Supreme Court today heard arguments over a 40-foot cross that currently stands at a World War I Veterans Memorial in Maryland. A number of religious and civil rights organizations, including the Anti-Defamation League, are asking the court to rule that the cross is a violation of the separation of church and state. Attorney and ADL Civil Rights Chair John B. Harris wrote, "When government honors those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, it should recognize them equally without favoring one religion over others." Well, a mural that has been up for about 5 years is causing outrage. It is painted on a building belonging to the Vortex, an event space in downtown Los Angeles. It portrays a Grim Reaper figure wearing a cloak that is covered with stars, including the Stars of David, holding what appears to be a dead baby and a missile. And Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti, who is Jewish, recently found out about the mural through social media. Garcetti's spokesperson Alex Commissar said imagery like this should have no place in our city, adding that Mayor Garcetti was incredibly upset by it, and we're looking into the recourse that we have to have it taken down. The Vortex said on a Facebook message that the mural was created several years ago to acknowledge the September 11th terrorist attacks. And they said the artist did not intend to express any anti-Semitic message, and that they would be hosting a public discussion about the issue. ADL's Los Angeles office said for a venue that purports to welcome the community, the Vortex should join us in condemning hateful imagery that invokes anti-Semitic canards, conflating Jews with death, snakes, bombs, and killing babies. Senior members of Israel's Council for Higher Education are in the United States this week, visiting Jewish institutions in an effort to bring more foreign students, both Jewish and non-Jewish, to Israeli universities. The representatives are meeting with officials from Chabad and Hillel, among other groups. Council Chair Professor Yafa Zilbershot said the idea is to create more diversity in the student body in Israel, which she said will enrich both local and foreign students. Well, Israel just made it into the top 10 healthiest countries in the world. At number 10, the Jewish state is 54 spots ahead of the U.S. The Bloomberg Healthiest Country Index came out on Sunday. It ranks 169 nations based on a number of factors like life expectancy and access to sanitation and medical care. Spain came in first place. The healthy Mediterranean diet, common in Spain as well as in Israel, was noted by the index. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, February the 27th. At 7 o'clock, it's From the Aleph Bet. At 7:35, a look at how a story told at a Shabbat dinner table became a feature film. At 8 o'clock, religious leaders discuss how Judaism, Christianity, and Islam view the stranger in the past and today. At 9 tonight, Mark Golub sits down with Broadway producer Oren Wolf, who talks about his Jewish background, his love of Israel, his philosophy of theater, and the story behind creating the Tony Award-winning Best Musical of 2018, The Band's Visit. At 10 tonight, author Tova Mervis discusses her memoir, The Book of Separation. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, February the 27th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.